Guys, welcome back. So we got the pantry doors all routed out, and the frames fit on the backing now, and so we've got a nice little indent, shaker style, yada yada. But it was a lot of work, and I think the next time we do it, we're not going to do it that way. We will buy the 1/4 inch MDF. The reason we had the 1/2 inch MDF and is because we were originally thinking of doing it another way, and worked with what we got. We'd already bought the MDF, so yeah. But that was a lot of work and it made a ton of a mess. So I don't want to do that again. But we're ready to start gluing these things on, and so we've got the frame, we've got the backing. What we're going to do is we're going to spread everything with glue underneath this, clamp it, and then we're going to brad nail it from the back through the MDF into this. I've got 5/8 inch brads, and I just tested it to see how it would go through the material, and I think it's going to be fine. So I guess let's start gluing.
All right, so now that we have got the glue and the brad nails done, essentially we've got a little bit more in this one that we're going to do. This frame piece came out a little bit warped, and so we're going to leave the clamps on this until the glue dries, just to make sure that it sets straight. But in the meantime, all of these little knots and marks and things can be filled with wood putty. So I'm going to go through on both pieces and do that. And then I'm going to go through and caulk on the inside of each of the pieces. And then while everything's drying and setting up, then we will be able to continue on and with our other projects, and then come back and sand these down after they've got set up. So I'm just using a basic wood putty. All right, now that I've got all my little knots and dings and marks filled in, I'm going to go through with paintable caulk and caulk around the inside edge. So the trick with caulk you've never caulked before, is to use enough to fill the area that you're caulking, but not so much that you have a ton of waste and a ton to clean. Sometimes the caulk does not cooperate, so you have to accommodate. All right, so I have a fairly damp paper towel, and what I like to do is get my finger a little bit damp from the paper towel. And run it along the bead of caulk. And it's in this state, it's still fairly easy to fix. So if you see something you don't like this corner here, I don't like it, I'm going to add a little bit more. Finger damp from my paper towel.
Okay, so Casey got the doors all sanded. We went ahead and we weren't pleased with how fragile they were in the middle. So we added a supporting strip onto the back. Won't be visible when you close the door, but you'll see it when you open it. Casey will get these all sanded and fill in the screw areas and paint it. But now when we pick it up, it doesn't have any flex in the middle. So that solved that problem. We went ahead and marked where we're going to put the hinge things, and I've got one of them drilled on this one. I went ahead and I drilled the other, but we're using the Craig jig to do these. We have the setting set on 6, and all we have to do is on this thing, it has a 0 mark where it's exactly centered. We line that up with the mark I made. If I can see. And drill. And it just drills straight down through that. It's also got little holes right here and on the other side where you can send a bit down and mark where the screw holes for the hinge are going to be. So we're going to drill the last of the hinge holes.
You want me to run the vacuum, right?
Yeah. So let's get the phone in the tripod, and then that way you can hold the vacuum and they can see what I'm doing all in one go. There's got to be a better way. I have an idea.
Oh boy.
It's a good idea.
What's your idea?
So this type of screw is longer, and in the impact driver, the head of the impact driver is not nearly as big as this thing turning. When this thing was turning, I was bumping into this, and I didn't like that.
Okay.
So with this,
Gotcha.
I could put this in the other drill, but I wanted to see if in the impact driver what it did. Let's try it in the drill. See if that's any better. No, see how it's rubbing? It doesn't really matter. I mean, but.
Well, you don't have to go down that far, and you are just marking.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Now the others, because you didn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't do
either,
the
did you?
holes on this one.
Okay.
Get perfectly perpendicular. But
does this go in here?
It does.
So we don't have longer screws here. So we are going to go ahead and use the screws that came with the hinges and then get more little longer screws and replace them down the road a little bit.
Yeah, tomorrow.
We are definitely using heftier screws
Oh, yeah.
than what came with the
Yeah, we're using structurally rated 1.25 inch, number 9.
Torx head.
Torx head.
And we did solid wood all the way around. So we've got, you know, the underneath the drywall is solid, and the frame is 2x4s. And then this that we screwed to is solid wood as well. So we didn't take any drywall. All of it is wood that we were going to be screwing into.
Yes.
That we did. And we did this very specifically because we knew these doors were likely to be pretty heavy. Didn't quite think they'd be quite this heavy.
Oh, they're not that heavy.
They're really heavy. But I don't know if the camera's pointed down low enough to see you.
Well, if not, they'll get us on the next hinges. Okay, you can go check the camera. Don't kick me in the face.
Sorry. I barely brushed your hat.
You kicked my hat right off my head.
I brushed it with my leg. I did not kick it with my foot. No matter how much I may have wanted to.
You see what I have to put up with?
Okay, moment of twoof.
Twoof?
Twoof.
You want to try it with just 2 hinges?
I hope a 1/2 inch was enough. Oh my God. Wow, 1/2 inch was like barely enough.
Well, it's enough out here too.
Okay.
And
it looks gonna be so good. So excited.
all right, let's get some more hinges on.
There you go again, laying down on the job.
Hey, I didn't get my nap today. I just want you to know.
You know the best part of this, getting this job done? You don't have to hear about it anymore. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the truth.
Yes, yes it is. The absolute best thing is going to be not having a bunch of heat from our wood stove, which is 12 feet away, getting into our pantry and making everything hot.
Yeah, that was becoming a concern. So
seriously, we've got like coconut oil in here that during the summer is a solid, and during the winter is a liquid, because the wood stove puts off so much heat that it would melt it.
okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
The stress.
I know. This is oh boy.
Nope. We knew this was a possibility. We decided that.
Okay, this door is actually up higher than this door. Look at the difference in the height of that. And you can see at the top too. Yep. So I don't know if all the screws can be loosened and.
Well, the hinges, I mean, all of these hinges can be manipulated.
Oh, that's true.
So, and that's what we were planning on doing, was get it pretty close and then work on the hinges to make things the appropriate stuff. So not perfect, but we'll mess with it here for a few minutes and we'll see if we can get close enough.
Yeah.